Good morning, Port Discovery friends and fans of play! How are you all doing today? It's good to see you all. Alright, let me stop this music real quick. My name is Miss Kayleen. If you haven't met me before, I'm so excited to be popping on live this week. And as you can see, I've got a little something set up for you. Before I get to that, let me tell you about what's been going on at Port Discovery this week. As you all know, it's really hot outside. I think at the time of this recording, I checked a couple minutes ago, it was 86 degrees outside in Baltimore, but it could be up to 87 now. It's gonna get a little hotter today. So today and all this week at Port Discovery, we're talking about things we do in the summer and how to have fun and stay safe in the summer. So yesterday, we had a really cool blog on how to bring camping inside your house. So even if you don't want to go outside to camp, there's still lots of ways you can have a camping experience inside. And we're gonna have some more fun activities later this week, but today we are talking about the dog days of summer. Now what does that mean? Well, as much as I would love to be talking about puppies, that's not quite what we're talking about today. The dog days of summer refer to the hottest days of the year, and we are in the middle of it right now. It's hot outside in lots of places all over the world. And today, our favorite game show is back, Show What You Know! So if you haven't played this game before, I'm gonna walk you through it. Today's theme is the hottest places on Earth. So, how this is going to work, if you haven't played our fabulous game show before, all it is a matching game. So, what we're going to do, we are going to match up the hottest places to their countries. So I've got the countries and a little hint of the temperature for you. So, if you want to grab a piece of paper to keep track of your guesses, you can do that. There's whiteboards you can use, or if you want to just keep it all in your head, you can do that too. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get started. I'm going to go through the places. I'm going to play a little music for you guys to think about your guesses, and then we'll reveal our answers, okay? So let's take a little trip around the world and get nice and warm. Actually, I don't think I would want to be this hot, but let's see where we're going. So let's go through it together. Our options are Dosh de Lut, that's option number 1. We have the Flaming Mountains, that sounds pretty hot, Flaming Mountains. Death Valley, not so nice of a name, and Timbuktu. So those are our 4 places. And remember, those are just names of specific places. We're gonna match them to what country they're in the world and how hot it is there. The hottest recorded temperature, okay? So our first option is a place called Mali, that's in Africa, and the hottest recorded temperature is 130 degrees. Oh my goodness, that's so hot. It's only 86 degrees here. Our next one is California in the United States. So on the other side of the country, California with 134 degrees, even hotter. Next we have China in Asia with 152.2 degrees. And finally, we have Iran, also in Asia, with 159 degrees. These are some really hot places. So go ahead, get your guesses ready to go. I'm gonna play a little music so you can think about your guesses. Remember, even if you get them wrong, don't worry about it. We're here to have fun and play. And once you have your guesses, you can join in a little dancing with me, okay? Alright friends, I think your guesses are probably all going really well. I'm really excited to see what you have. Alright, let's give it a couple more minutes. And I think that's good. Alright friends, let's reveal our answers. And remember, there is a round 2, okay? So even if you don't get these right, you have another chance, and it's all for fun. Alright, so our first option was Dosh de Lut, okay? So Dosh de Lut, did you think that was in Mali in Africa, in California, in our country, the United States, China, or Iran? So remember, think about your guess. Right now it's matched up with Mali, but that's not correct, so we're gonna move this aside and bring up, drum roll, think about your guess. It's in Iran. All right, so we have our first match. Dosh de Lut is in Iran, in Asia, and I wrote down a couple of fun facts for you here. In Dosh de Lut, you can see some castle ruins. Pretty cool. All right, let's go to our flaming mountains. Flaming mountains. So remember, our only options left are California in the United States, China, and Mali. Still here, even though I moved it down. So let's see. What was your guess? Think about it. Make sure you don't want to change it. It's not California, so I'm going to scoot this one down here. It's not Mali, it's China. China! So we have the Flaming Mountains. A fun fact about this one is the Flaming Mountains were made really popular in a novel featuring a character called the Monkey King. Kind of want to meet him, right? All right, my friends, that means you only have two options left. We have Death Valley and Timbuktu in Mali, Africa, or California in the United States. Now, some of you probably know this because we have something from our own country. So take your best guess. Where do you think Death Valley is? Do you think it's in Mali? Or do you think that's in California on the other side of our own country? Think about it. It is California. You can go visit Death Valley in our very own country in California. It is the lowest and driest point of our entire country. Really cool. So that means our only option left is Timbuktu in Mali. And our fun fact about Timbuktu is that it used to be a really big trading center, and it was founded 900 years ago. Really cool. So give yourself a round of applause. No matter how you did, don't worry about it. I'm going to set up for round 2, and I would like all of you to do a little dancing. All right. Let's take these down here. Also, while we're setting up, I'd like you to tell us in the comments about your favorite thing to do outside in the sun. Is it going to the beach? Is it going to the park and playing badminton or playing with a ball? All right, let's see our new places. El Azizia, pretty cool. Place called Dalal. All right, then we have a place called Queensland. Interesting. And finally, Bandar Mashar. So those are our 4 new places. Let's get our 4 new countries. Goodbye, California, and goodbye, Mali. So let's see where else we're going today, friends. We've got one Australia way on the other side of the world. Right now, it's not summer there, so that's kind of interesting, right? We're going back to Africa, but to a country called Libya. We're going to Iran again. It's a pretty hot country. And finally, Ethiopia in Africa. So let's take a look at them now that we're all up. Make sure you've got a line drawn underneath for round 2, or if you're keeping track in your head, let the other ones go. We've got El Azizia, Dalal, Queensland, and Bandar Mashar. Right, so those are your 4 places, and our 4 countries are Australia, 156.7 degrees. That's crazy to even think about, right? Libya, Africa with 136.4 degrees. Iran, Asia. Now this one is an interesting one. I'm actually going to pause the music to make sure you can all hear it. Iran, Asia, this one is an interesting one. We have 165 degrees heat index, but that's not the actual temperature. The actual temperature is 115 degrees. So the heat index means it feels like it's a lot hotter than it actually is. And that's a really high number. And then finally, Ethiopia, Africa with 114 degrees. All right, so here you go. Here are your new options. Again, I'm gonna turn the music back on. Once you have your guesses, you can dance around and everything. So let's go. All right, my friends, make those guesses. This is round 2 of our game show. Show what you know. All right, awesome. So make sure you've got your guesses written down. Think about it. I gave you a little bit more time when I was resetting. So let's go ahead and see what we can find. Why don't we start on this side? Let's start with Australia. So where do we think out of these places belong in Australia? Do we think it's El Azizia? Do we think it's Dalal? Do we think it's Queensland? Or do we think it's Bandar Mashar? Take your guesses. It's not the one it's matched up with right now, so I'm going to take this one down for now. So take your guesses out of Dalal, Queensland, or Bandar Mashar. Think about it. Queensland, Australia. Now this is a really cool place, friend. If you go when it's not super hot, you can see fossilized dinosaur footprints. Scientists think it was a stampede, so you can go and see really, really cool footprints in the ground from the dinosaurs. That's really cool to me. All right, let's go to Libya. Remember, El Azizia is still one of our options. I just moved it down to get our answer up there. So do we think Dalal is in Libya? Is it El Azizia? Or is it Bandar Machar? Take your guess. Think about it. It's not Dalal. I mixed them all up for you. So is it El Azizia or Bandar Machar? Take your best guess. And the answer is El Azizia. So we're halfway there, friends. We've only got 2 more to figure out, which means we've got Dalal and Bandar Machar. We have to decide which one belongs in Iran and which one belongs in Ethiopia. So we've got Asia and we've got Africa. So think about it. You've only got 1 more shot, which means that we'll then know both answers, right? So take your best guess. If you've had to readjust, I'll give you another couple seconds to think about it. All right, friends, here we go. Iran and Ethiopia are mixed up here. So we have Iran with Bandar Machar, and we have Dalal in Ethiopia. All right, that was awesome. Good job, everyone, no matter how you did. I hope you had so much fun learning about some of these really, really hot places and taking a little trip around the world with me. Now, before we go, it is really important to me to tell all of you about how I stay safe when I'm outside so that you guys can all stay safe when you're outside. Even though it's nice and sunny and warm and it's fun, we have to make sure we're keeping our bodies safe and healthy. So we've got a couple of tips for you. Tip number 1 is to drink water. I love drinking water. It's really important to stay hydrated because our bodies are made up of so much water, especially when it's hot outside. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water. And you can also play in water. If you're staying inside, you can play in a sink or a bathtub if you ask your grown-up, or you can play with a hose outside in your yard if you have a hose. It's fun to swim in pools and oceans and lakes. Another big tip is to wear sunscreen, especially if you have really pale skin like me. It's really important, but it's important for everyone. Did you know that our skin is an organ? Just like our insides, like our heart and our stomach, but this is all over our body, so we have to take really, really, really good care of it. And our last tip is to go outside with a buddy and stay in the shade, maybe in the morning. If you're gonna be really active outside, try to do it in the morning when it's a little cooler, have a buddy with you, and then come back on inside for a nice snack and stay cool during the afternoon. All right, my friends, we hope you had fun with our fabulous game show, no matter how you did. We hope you had a great time today. My name is Miss Kayleen. I hope you enjoyed the rest of our activities for Discovery this week, and I will see you soon.